Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Jess here, bringing you this week's goods and bads from the pro wrestling world. What a crazy week it's been. We had so many releases of staff and wrestlers at WWE. Very emotional week, but the show had to go on, of course, and let's just kick off and start with Monday Night Raw. Overall, not a bad week for once. I actually quite enjoyed Raw this week. Overall, good match, a couple of good matches in there. We had Lorcan and Aleister Black, two great in-ring competitors, both with such great strikes. Aleister Black is currently on a winning streak, really enjoying what he's bringing to the roster at the minute. Would like to have maybe seen this match go on for a little bit longer, you know, just between these two, give some more time to really show their skills, but overall a really good match from them guys. Another match I was actually really impressed with that night was the tag match between Cedric and Ricochet and the Viking Raiders. Overall chemistry of the match was really good. They all kind of seemed to bounce off each other quite a lot. Another fun match that I actually really enjoyed, and it was something different to what we've seen a couple of weeks before, where it's been kind of the same guys all the time. End of a winning streak though for Ricochet and Cedric, which a little bit gutted about because I was kind of hoping to see them more of a tag team, but who knows what's going to happen in the next few weeks. And you know what, the Viking Raiders, I am always so impressed with them. They do not get used enough in my eyes. They need to keep building them guys up and give them another title shot. They are really good, and they are really underrated. Moving on. But we did see at the start of Raw this week, we saw a really good segment between Drew and Andrade and Zelina Vega. Of course, we know Zelina Vega is so good on the mic. She represents Andrade so well. And obviously when Andrade was suspended, she represented the other guys, and she's just absolutely incredible. And then of course we saw Drew McIntyre challenge Andrade and have a good match at the end of Raw. You know what, this was quite a good match for me. These two competitors I really like anyway, and it was a nice history. You know, we saw them in an NXT feud a while back, and it was kind of nice to bring that kind of thing up again. You know, WWE doesn't do that very often, so it was really nice for them to do that. Of course, we saw Angel, Garza and Theory get involved as well. They are a little team of Andrade at the minute and Zelina Vega, and I'm actually quite enjoying it. Not sure where it's going to go, who's going to turn on who, but at the minute it's looking quite good. So overall, this was quite a good match. And of course, we finished with the Messiah himself trying to challenge Drew McIntyre and just come from nowhere. We knew this was going to happen. Of course, Seth has to get involved with every single thing. People were saying it's going to be a build-up for Money in the Bank match. If I'm completely honest, I'm not behind it too much, as I feel like maybe someone else should have that opportunity. Seth is involved with everything, and if you know me and you know my feelings about Seth, you get where I'm going with this one. On to AEW, we had a quarter-final match between Colt, Cabana and Lance Archer. Personally, I kind of found it's quite a one-sided match, showing how dominant Lance really is. I feel like maybe they needed maybe a bit more drama, maybe a bit more storytelling. Of course, they are trying to show what a monster Mr. Archer is, and what we're seeing so far over the last few matches, that is showing, of course. You know what, for me, AEW was a really good week, carrying on, and we had another, I keep talking about this, Britt Baker and what she's doing in the women's division at the minute. We had another great match between her and Cassandra. Loved it. And Britt Baker is proving more and more how good she actually is. And, you know, I'm really glad that AEW are giving her more of a chance. Hopefully from there, they're going to build up their AEW women's division a lot more. And I don't know what's going to happen with Britt Baker. They're really focusing on her at the minute. Title shot, definitely. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with her and that going forward. And of course, we had another match. I was a few different opinions on this one. Jon Moxley and Jake in an empty arena match. Good match overall, personally. I feel like maybe this could have waited for maybe a pay-per-view. this kind of match. It was really good for what they had and what they, you know, what they could do. But definitely this maybe should have waited a little bit longer for a pay-per-view. Both of these guys are absolutely brilliant competitors. Jon Moxley, of course, is absolutely killing it. And, you know, Jake was someone that was going to give him a good competition, was really going to give him a good match and good competition. So overall, yeah, really good match from them guys. Hopefully going forward we see maybe Jake a lot more as more of a single competitor. He's been in the background a little bit, but hopefully we see more from him going forward. And obviously Jon Moxley is absolutely fantastic. So of course we know that he's going to continue being as good as he is. So next is NXT. After a crazy evening on Wednesday of releases from WWE, I was a little bit worried how this episode was going to go down, but it wasn't bad at all. We saw a great promo, of course, from the Queen Charlotte Flair, discussing her history with some big superstars and also discussing her future and who she's going to go up against next. You know, the Queen always comes across that she is so ready for her next opponent, especially with her any NXT opponent. She's ready. Charlotte is such a great heel. She's arrogant, and I'm really just looking forward to seeing what happens with her being the NXT champion, and just, you know, just to see who's going to bring her down that little peg that in a way she kind of needs it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Moving on, of course, there's so much to discuss from NXT this week. Absolutely, I think, really good episode so far. Like, over the last few weeks, probably my favourite episode. As we saw, Pete Dunne wasn't able to attend and compete with Matt Riddle against the Undisputed Era. Was a little bit surprised that Timothy Thatcher debuted in this way. I didn't think it was going to happen just yet, or even if it did happen, I was expecting him to do really something on his own. Riddle and Thatcher obviously did take the win, and we was expecting it, wasn't we? We was expecting them two to win. Wasn't the most amazing match. I think if the crowd had been there, it would have been better. It would have been a little bit different, and, you know, the reaction the new star would have got, maybe given the match a little bit of a boost. You know, looking forward to seeing what he actually brings to the roster. I don't think they're going to push him as a tag team anytime soon, but maybe while Pete Dunne is off, they're going to continue doing that, which I don't mind. There's one part of NXT that I really enjoyed this week, and I was so excited about this. Obviously, a surprise attack from someone I've been looking forward to seeing and really look forward to going forwards. Ciampa ending this week on a backstage interview, you know, discussing his issue with Johnny, kind of discussing how it's going to end and the feud is done. They've had their match and now it's done. And then, of course, we saw him get attacked by Kross. Now, of course, he's come to NXT with a new name. And you know what? If this is going to be the feud and this is going to be the collision they're going to have, this could be something really good. You know, between these two, I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to happen over the next few weeks. And of course, we're going to see Scarlett Bordeaux as well get involved. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what NXT actually come up with this one. And lastly, SmackDown. Interesting SmackDown episode this week. Before I discuss anything else, right, let's just discuss Sonya Deville and her promo with Mandy. It was brilliant. This is what I have been waiting for, a different side of Sonya Deville. The mid-carders at the minute are absolutely killing it. You know, it doesn't matter what is being thrown at these people. They are really, you know, all four of them are doing such a great job and I'm really enjoying it. I was expecting I was expecting a different side of Sonya Deville. I wasn't expecting that side. I was expecting the sorry and the apologies and I'm really sorry, Mandy, let's sort things out. I was not expecting that snap and I am so glad it happened. I'm so behind them. As much as I'm not a huge Ziggler fan, the fact that she's got Sonya on his team, I couldn't be happier. You know, so far a brilliant feud between the four. Looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. Who knows? Not sure what's actually happening with Tucker at the minute though. He's kind of been pushed out and pushed to the side a little bit. So not sure tag team wise what's going to happen with Heavy Machinery. But so far I'm quite enjoying it, so I can't really complain too much. We also had a Money in the Bank qualifier between Naomi and Dana Brooke. If you know me, these two women, I absolutely love them both. I think they're absolutely fantastic in the ring. And of course, I was a bit surprised at the winner. Naomi, for me, I probably would have had her win, but Dana winning is great because she deserves an opportunity. Unfortunately, the thing is with WWE, they will not give her that opportunity that she really does deserve. She was so happy. Overall, it was a really good match as well. I didn't expect much else. I didn't expect a bad match between these two. They're so good. I absolutely love them. Please give her the title opportunity that she really deserves, because I'd be absolutely over the moon if she just continued just shining. She was so happy about it as well, which is even better. So continuing with actually something else that was good and bad, I'd say. Couple of points that I'm really happy with, some not so much. Of course, we had a match for the tag team belts. New Day winning. So not sure what their thought process is with this. I kind of did think that Miz and Morrison were going to be that big tag team again for a while and they weren't going to lose their championship. You know, it was a match between Miz, Big E and Jey Uso. Overall, really good match. You know, these guys are brilliant in the ring and I think all of them are absolutely brilliant. All the tag teams, you know, all three tag teams are really good in my eyes. You know, it did have such a big build up for these matches. So it could have maybe been a little bit more in my eyes. So yeah, not sure where it's going to go with kind of the New Day winning. Is it going to be a big feud between them and Miz and Morrison? Who knows? We shall see over the next coming weeks and the next few months. Unfortunately, there is a bad side to SmackDown this week. So far, we're doing good with bads. So we've not got many bads this week, which is really good for me. So I think I spoke about it before, and I know a few other people are a little bit confused about it. Sheamus, what is going on with Sheamus? He has come back. He made this big return. Everyone is so happy that he was coming back. Although he's winning, it doesn't feel like it means anything, if that makes sense. So at the minute, he's just winning for the sake of it. What are they building for him? What are they trying to do with him, with his character? Is he going to go for a title? Is he just going to keep going through different people? Wasn't keen on the match, and the matches are just all him at the minute, you know. They're all him and not much else. So a little bit confused what they're doing with Sheamus. Kind of feel like he's just been a little bit of a filler, which for Sheamus that shouldn't be happening because he is an absolute star. So that's literally my bads for this week. Of course, every video I always do a overall best of the week, and I think for me it's a bit obvious probably who I'm going to feel that it's going to be NXT for me this week. Last few months, a lot of the time it has been AEW, but NXT did pull out of the bag this week. I think the ratings were as well, so that's even better. So yes, NXT for this week, my overall. But that is the end of the video for today. Of course, make sure you check out all my socials. Watches Jess on Twitter, and of course check out Jess Watches Wrestling on YouTube. Make sure you are liking these videos and subscribe to Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and I shall see you very soon.